Howdy gang, Trailblazer Tim here. Today we are out in the forest and I'm going to attempt to locate and start on a solo base camp. Not too far from my house. I hiked it in. Wish me luck. Let's go try to find an alternate place in this area where we can start the build. Alright, so I went ahead and I set down my gear back in a clearing. I'll go back and get it. And right now I'm looking around to try to find the ultimate little place in this thick forest to orchestrate some sort of a solo base camp. So let's look around, see what we're working with. Man, the woods is thick back in here. I'm looking around for something like a natural sort of shelter-ish type of thing, at least like almost a starter kit that I can build onto. And I'm kind of like in a clearing right now. Hold on a minute. Look at this. Whoa. That tree is not dead. Look over there. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Ooh, look at that. I'm gonna look around a little bit more, but right now this is first on my list. That looks awesome. And woods get even thicker back in there. I don't see any kind of game trails. Some big oaks that are back in here. Not as many pines. A couple palm trees, whatnot. You guys can probably hear it. This direction west, about 100, 200 feet is the tracks, the railroad tracks. And due east, about a quarter mile, is US 1. A main highway that runs down along the river here. So I'm like stuck in between the two. And I've walked for about 20 minutes through here. We're gonna head back to that spot that I showed you a little earlier. Listening. I don't hear anything out here except for the traffic back behind me. There's not really any traces out here of anybody that's been back here for a long, long time. All right, we're back to that little area I showed you. Let's check it out. Take a look at this. It's got some nice arches on here. I'm gonna have to do some cleaning up, especially on the bed here. It's kind of elevated just a little bit for rainfall and stuff, but I think we've got ourselves a winner. So I'm gonna get my gear. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna start clearing out some of this debris that's on the bottom here, and let's see if we can start taking shape on this new base camp. Oh yes, I like it here. I like it a lot. There's a lot of shade. Let's get something to drink, and then let's get our machete out and start clearing some of this little area out so we have some room to build. Whew. Every time you see me out here, it is cooking. So good. Like I said, I'm not really that far from where I stay. I hiked it in here. There was no driving or nothing. This is literally back behind my place. I kind of got an area a little bit cleared out and stuff. This is an amazing little natural starter kit for shelter back here. I figure it's going to be going like this direction this as the opening back here. So I'm going to try to start by gathering some wood and start closing these sides off so we at least make a structure, some sort of a framework, because it ain't all getting done today, but this is something that I wanted to start on because this is crazy world we live in these days, and if I need somewhere to bug out quick, it ain't far from where I stay. There ain't nobody out here. Alright, so I was able to forage up a little bit of deadfall in the area and stuff like that. I'm a little bit apprehensive from cutting some trees and stuff down in here. There are some nice little tiny ones, but let's start and see if we can make some sort of little framework, at least so we can get started on it. Like that. Alright, so I've got a little bit of a start here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Check it out. I've got a little bit of a roof and a couple side panels here. We're going to try to enclose this enough where we can actually maybe look around from some shrubbery and stuff that we can put over top of it. Who knows, maybe even down the road a tarp or something. Alright, so this is where we're at so far. I kind of had to skip out for a little bit and go hunt down a little bit more wood. Everything's deadfall here, and there's little tiny ants everywhere. I got myself a little bit of a structure up top. I still got to put paracord on these top pieces. Like I said, we're just starting on a regular frame for a little base camp of our own, a little solo base camp. I got some side skirts happening here. I'm actually starting to form a little bit of a frame of shelter, so it's looking good. Doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's a start. Well, we got lucky with the weather and stuff like that. It's hot, but this is a great little location because I think it stays in the shade all day long. I like one of these big YouTubers that, you know, has these chainsaws and these huge axes and stuff like that cut down big trees and, you know, and make their camps all look nice and stuff like that. This is something quick and easy. I was able to put up a frame shelter for a little base camp. It's just gonna be mine. It's a little solo base camp. And when we come back next time, I'll bring more paracord and I'll hunt down some more wood and we'll frame this out even more. And then we'll start looking at something to go ahead and cover this up. I don't know if we're gonna go with palmetto leaves or maybe even a tarp or something. I don't know yet. This is just a start. So I definitely think this is going to be a good location. Like I said, everything is deadfall. I don't expect this thing to last a whole long time. Maybe when the world starts turning into a little more stable of a place to live in, I'll get a little more serious and get something really stout and sturdy for long term and stuff. But right now, if this lasts me the season, I'm happy with that, and it gives me a place to bug out. Hey, that's all the time we got for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching me start part 1 of Solo Man base camp build, and we'll be back probably next weekend or something like that. Got a bunch of stuff, real busy these days and stuff like that, but we got a nice little solid framework. There's a couple little areas that are on there that I think I'm going to improve on. I'm going to go back and watch this video and make some adjustments. That's the way the next time I come out here I can be a little more prepared, because everything was right off the cuff. I didn't even know where to start. We found a good location. I may end up tearing half this thing back down and reinforcing it with some other stuff. I don't know yet. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see y'all on the next adventure. Take care.